Hey guys, what's up? It's Tom here from the Movie Rewind, and I've finally gotten around to my top 10 sports films of all time. So let's jump right into it. Number 10 is The Damned United from 2009. The film is directed by Tom Hooper, who directed last year's Best Picture winner, The King's Speech. Now, this is the story of Brian Clough, played by Michael Sheen, who has had great success coaching Derby County soccer, but is having an extremely difficult time with his new high-prestige job with Leeds United. Now, the film's wonderful because Michael Sheen takes the film and runs with it. There's also some great supporting work from Timothy Spall as Peter Taylor, Clough's assistant, who does not follow him over to Leeds United, and Colm Meaney, who is Don Revie in the film, who was Leeds' previous manager and is now coaching the English national soccer team. I would in no way consider myself a fan of soccer at all, but Sheen's turn in this film kept me glued to the screen and wondering what crazy move he was going to make next. Now, the film just shows how some jobs just aren't for certain people.
Mr. William Bremner, you're the captain, and a good one. But you're no good to the team and you're no good to me if you're suspended. I want you fit for every game. And I want good, clean, attractive football from my captain.
My number 9 is He Got Game from 1998, directed by Spike Lee. This is my favorite Spike Lee film not named 25th Hour, and it's also a tour de force for Denzel Washington. Now, Zell stars as Jake Shuttlesworth, whose only way out of prison is to convince his basketball star son, Jesus, played by Ray Allen, who's now with the Boston Celtics, to go to Big State University, the governor's alma mater. What's great about this film is it features Denzel at his best, and the best performance that I have ever seen from a professional athlete gone actor in Ray Allen. It also has great realism that shows the pressure that high school superstars are put under to sign with certain colleges and to commit to them. Also, it shows the pressure that agents put them under to get them to sign, in getting them to accept cars, money, houses, women, whatever they can to convince to sign with them. And it's a very realistic film with some great insight into rising star athletes and what they'll go through. Of course, Spike Lee adds his hood element, and although it's heavy, it's very real.
One. I can count. It's 1. 2. 2-1.
That's something you taught me.
That's right. I taught you well, son. A lot of things you learned from me. This your ball?
My number 8 sports film is Remember the Titans from 1999, directed by Boaz Yakin. Another Denzel film. Yes, this is a football film, and it's a great blend between football and racial commentary, based on actual events that took place in 1971 Alexandria, Virginia. 3 schools, 2 of them white, 1 of them African American, integrated into one. Coach Bill Yost, played by Will Patton, who does a great job, is asked to step down and make room for the first African American faculty member, who ends up being Coach Herman Boone, played by Denzel, of course, whose task it is to make a bunch of people who hate each other start to love each other and win some damn football games. Now, this is a real classic as far as football films go, and it features a lot of truly great performances and an exciting story both on and off the field. Somewhat predictable, but that is not something that gets in the way when a film is as entertaining as this one is.
No, I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. And if they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.
My number 7 is going to be The Wrestler from 2008, directed by Darren Aronofsky. Now, Darren Aronofsky has directed some really weird stuff like Black Swan and Pie, Requiem for a Dream, but now back to some fiction here. Mickey Rourke gives one of the best performances given in the last 10 years as Randy the Ram Robinson, who is a washed-up old wrestler trying to woo a stripper named Cassidy, played wonderfully by Marissa Tomei, and also get back in his daughter Stephanie's, played by Evan Rachel Wood's, life. Ultimately, this is a very sad story of a man who basically has no one to love him but the fans that he entertains every night. The film features a dynamite performance from Rourke and some excellent supporting work from Marissa Tomei, who has a heart of gold. Evan Rachel Wood is the best I've ever seen her as the daughter who wants her father back, but he keeps blowing his opportunities and letting her down. Darren Aronofsky does a fantastic job with the writing. Not a huge fan of the shaky camera work, but that is a small complaint for what is one of the best written sports films of all time.
As time goes by, they say he's washed up. He's finished. He's a loser. He's all through. You know what? The only ones who are going to tell me when I'm through doing my thing is you people here.
My number 6 sports film is going to be Miracle from 2004, directed by Gavin O'Connor, who also directed this year's Warrior, which is a very good movie, so I would check that one out as well. This guy knows his sports films. This is based on the true story of the 1980 Lake Placid Winter Olympic hockey U.S. team that beat the Soviets and went in for the gold. It's an extremely fun, inspirational, and nostalgic film. Kurt Russell is fantastic as Coach Herb Brooks, who gives one of the greatest locker room speeches. His wife Patty is played by Patricia Clarkson, who does a great job. Sorry, I really haven't got much to say about this one. It has quite a few cliches, but if you are a hockey fan, there was no greater hockey game than the 1980 Olympic gold medal game, and there's no greater hockey film than Miracle.
Their time is done. It's over. I'm sick and tired of hearing about what a great hockey team the Soviets have. Screw them. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
My number 5 sports film is it's The Karate Kid from 1984. This is a great story of Daniel LaRusso, featuring Ralph Macchio here at his best, the Jersey native who is new to California. He falls for the wrong girl, Allie, who is lovely Elizabeth Shue in this film, and immediately makes a group of bullies angry. Especially Allie's ex, Johnny Lawrence, played by William Zadka. One day, while getting jumped by the group, he is helped by Mr. Miyagi, played by Pat Morita, and this spawns a great friendship for the lonely old man and picked-on teenager. It's one of those films that I'll watch all the time. I've loved this film since I was 5 years old, and I still love it. Pat Morita deserved his nomination for sure, and may he rest in peace. Macchio was one of those on-fire actors in the 80s, especially with this and The Outsiders. Elizabeth Shue, wonderfully pleasant and supportive, and although this film is completely predictable at almost every turn, it doesn't matter because you want that to happen anyways. You are rooting for that to happen. And who the hell wants Johnny Lawrence to win? He's a total dick. Root for him, and you're an asshole.
That!
Show me pin defense.
Face! That!
Show me side to side.
That!
My number 4 is from 1976. It is Rocky. Alvinson reappears one spot later here with his most acclaimed film, Rocky. Written and starring Sylvester Stallone, it is far and away the best thing Sly has ever put his name to. Another predictable film, but most sports films are, so that's not a really good complaint. And this one isn't as predictable as most would say. It is the story of a Philadelphia boxer, Rocky Balboa, who was once promising but is now just taking tiny nickel fights and doing some errands for some loan sharks to stay afloat. Mickey, the great Burgess Meredith, Rocky's trainer, is fed up with this and has all but completely given up on Rocky. Then a golden opportunity comes along. Apollo Creed, played by Carl Weathers, who you might have, if you're young, might have seen in Happy Gilmore, an Ali type, needs a Cinderella opponent that he can tear to shreds. That's where Rocky comes in. Now, Stallone gives a great performance and was nominated for the Best Lead Actor Oscar for his work. The film won a few Academy Awards and also made over 60 times its cost at the box office. A total crowd pleaser and inspirational fairy tale sports film that is a great watch over and over again. And I might add, it had a killer soundtrack.
You know, I've been coming in for 6 years. The 6 years you've been sticking it to me. I want to know how come. You want to know? I want to know how. Okay, I'm going to tell you. Because you had the talent to become a good fighter. And instead of that, you became a leg breaker. some cheap second-rate loan shark.
To live in?
It's a waste of life.
My number 3 I might take some flack for because it is rather new. It's the 2010 film The Fighter, directed by David O. Russell. Now, Mark Wahlberg gives one of his best performances of his career as Irish Mickey Ward in this inspirational true story. With the help of his half-brother Dickie, played by Christian Bale, who gives an awesome performance, and his new girlfriend, Charlene, played by Amy Adams, he rises through the ranks and takes an underdog shot at the welterweight title of the world. This film features the best ensemble cast of 2010 by far, with Wahlberg, Bale, Adams, and Melissa Leo are all fantastic in this film. Wahlberg really fought to get this film made, and he shows how much he cares about the film through his wonderful performance. Christian Bale really worked hard here for his Oscar, just an incredible supporting work from him. Melissa Leo took home an Oscar for her portrayal of Mickey's mom Alice, and perhaps the most underrated of them all in this film is Amy Adams' Charlene, which is a very convincing, worried girlfriend supporting performance without being annoying at all. This is a fantastic boxing film, and also a very gritty family drama.
I will quit if it means you come back, all right? But I want you to think about something. Mickey has a chance to do something that I never did, that in my time I never had.
Oh, yeah, my big chance was with Sugar Ray Leonard. I'm so great, I'm the pride of them all. Oh, yeah, I fought Sugar Ray Leonard, I've heard it.
I came here to make things right.
Okay, let's make things right.
Yeah.
Number 1, you didn't knock down Sugar Ray Leonard, he tripped.
My number 2 is an instant classic. It is 1980's Raging Bull, directed by the great Martin Scorsese. Yes, a third boxing film in a row. Now, I don't want to say it's easy to make a great boxing film, but it sure seems that way. This film works as a brutal character study of the real-life Jake LaMotta, played by Robert De Niro in the film. Brutal in the way that Martin Scorsese masterfully goes against the grain of the happy, uplifting Rocky-type film, and goes with a real fall of a figure. LaMotta manages to ruin not only his career, but also his personal life with his brother Joey, played by Joe Pesci, and his second wife Vicky, played by Kathy Moriarty. This is one of the best scripts in any sports film, and the best direction by far. It also has the best performance of any sports film given by Robert De Niro. Joe Pesci and Kathy Moriarty provide stellar supporting work, and at times funny, at times very painful. Raging Bull evokes all the true emotions of a true Oscar-caliber film. More of a family trauma than a sports film, this is one of Scorsese's very best masterworks.
Harder. Yeah? You throw a punch like you take it up the ass. Come on. Harder. Harder. Harder.
That's hard. What the fuck? What do you want?
Take it off.
Oh, come on. You want to stop now? That's enough of that.
Come on. Come
Fuck
on.
around,
girl.
man.
Come on.
Hey, girl, huh?
I'm going to smack you again. Throw it again.
That's enough. That's enough.
Harder, harder.
Nah, your fucking cuts are opening and everything.
To my surprise, the only baseball film on my list is also my favorite sports film of all time. It's the newest, also. It's 2011's Moneyball, directed by Bennett Miller of Capote. Now, don't jump on me because I don't love it because it's the newest thing to come out. I love it because it is the best insider sports flick ever made. Moneyball is based on the true story of Billy Beane, who is played by Brad Pitt in the film, and forced to use a tight budget, he joins forces with an Ivy League graduate, Peter Brand, played by Jonah Hill, who in real life would be Paul DePodesta, who's currently helping Sandy Alderson run the Mets organization. He uses a computer-based system to recruit undervalued players at a bargain price. Now, penned from a script by Steven Zillian and Aaron Sorkin, who wrote The Social Network, which was my favorite film of last year, this film is just as witty and funny and insightful. Brad Pitt gives one of his most charismatic and funny performances as Billy Beane. Jonah Hill gives a funny performance, but toned down for him as Peter Brand. Philip Seymour Hoffman is great as A's manager Art Howe, always going against Billy on his decisions. Chris Pratt and Stephen Bishop are standouts among great performances by actors playing ball players as Scott Hatterberg and David Justice, respectively. The inside information on how trades, cuts, position changes, demotions, firings, recruiting, just so much baseball operations are handled is quite a joy to see.
Okay, so Billy says he'll pay for Rincon himself, but when he sells him for more money next year, he's keeping the profit. Okay, thank you very much. We'll call you back. Thank you. Come on! Come on!
I know I did omit some really great films like 8 Men Out, The Natural, Rudy, Hoosiers is a big omission, and I'd like to hear what your top 10 sports films are, guys. Until next time, we'll see you.